57 years ago, Earth fell victim to a brutal invasion by an alien species known as the Non-Such, resulting in the decimation of 95% of humanity. The survivors were compelled to seek refuge underground, with only a handful of defiant stragglers refusing to abandon the surface. Venturing outside became a privilege reserved for those willing to enlist as soldiers, stationed in outposts with tours of duty lasting 100 days. Upon completing their training, new recruits like S.U.M were transported to their assigned outposts. Along the way, they witnessed fellow soldiers leading people into a fortress known as S.U.M. S.U.M completes his required training and boards a tank to travel to Outpost Cerberus, where he must serve his shift. Faced an initial hurdle as the bunker's door jammed. Undeterred, he ascended the watchtower, activating the security system with a DNA identification prick. The system congratulates him on the start of his 100-day service. He will have to monitor the territory, track something, and send those who stray into the shelter. The protective ring is in order, there are no breaches, all cameras are functioning, and the power supply is stable. And, if necessary, apprehending people for relocation to S.U.M. Following a system check, someone reported the absence of the soldier he was meant to replace. His commander explained the evacuation of the previous guard due to medical reasons, emphasizing the importance of regular reports and the prohibition of leaving the operational area, and must be very vigilant because his vigilance is a condition for the survival of humanity. They provide him with a daily access code and instruct him on how to enter the bunker through a secret passage, allowing him to go outside. Exploring the outpost, someone discovered a neglected dining hall strewn with broken glass. Taking initiative, he cleaned, organized rations, and polished glasses. Evening reports confirmed orderliness. Nights were spent vigilant against potential alien threats, punctuated by a surreal dream of children in white dancing. But the daily alarm clock reminds him of how many days are left until the end of his active service. Subsequent days adhered to a routine. Wake-up reminders from the system, exercise on the balcony, revealing a unique neck tattoo common among soldiers, followed by system and territory checks and basic ration meals. An elusive rat, noticed during a meal, became someone's unexpected companion named Doc. Despite routine, loneliness took its toll on someone. 2 weeks into his service, a surprise encounter with the rat on his stomach injected excitement. Attempts to keep it under his helmet failed, triggering an alarm signaling a non-such attack near another outpost. Someone observed distant explosions, learning of the demise of people rescued by that outpost. A later report of movement in the bushes prompted someone to suspect an alien presence, but his concerns were dismissed by the commander. Over time, the rat, now named Doc, became someone's companion. An alarm indicated a camera malfunction, forcing someone to perform technical maintenance outside, hyper-aware of every rustle in the surroundings. After swiftly fixing the malfunctioning camera during his technical maintenance, someone encounters an eerie tree covered in scratches. Undeterred, he continues and stumbles upon a dead bird adorned with the tags of S.U.M, the soldier he replaced. The system alerts him to toxic emissions, prompting someone to don a helmet filter and proceed cautiously through strange green smoke. Pausing at a tree with peculiar moss, curiosity compels him to taste it, an action met with skepticism upon his return to the outpost. Reporting his findings, someone's concerns are dismissed by the commander, attributing the dead bird to a people's erratic behavior. Frustrated, someone resorts to self-inflicted pain, inserting a knife between his arm and device, brace for sensation. Days later, another toxic emissions alarm accompanies the discovery of a second dead bird and strange noises. Pursuing a mysterious creature, it eludes him, leading to skepticism from the commander despite someone's insistence. Growing suspicious, someone investigates the bunker and uncovers a blood stain behind furniture, suggesting S.U.M's possible self-deletion. Attempts to access security recordings are denied, pushing someone to break into S.U.M's locker, revealing an old radio and a sketchbook depicting refugees, birds, the forest, Doc, and a connection to a neighboring outpost called Graham. Unable to comprehend the drawing's significance, someone becomes obsessed. During a territory check, he attempts to reach Graham but encounters pain from an implant preventing him from crossing the perimeter. Desperate for communication, He climbs a tree, reflecting sunlight on VAX-7's tag, but his efforts yield no response. Returning to the outpost, he checks recordings, witnessing a mysterious presence behind him before a power outage. Investigating with a flashlight, someone shoots a flare, only finding baby birds. Upon the return of power, he reports the incident, met with skepticism from the commander, who insists nothing could breach the ring without triggering an alarm. Attempting to access the archive reveals loss of data due to an electrical surge, leaving only the last few minutes, confirming the presence behind him. The next day, attempting to maintain routine, someone feels unwell. Despite medication, nervousness causes him to break a glass, revealing a children's song emanating from the radio discovered in VAX-7's locker. Attempting to contact Kier 4 at the Graham outpost, someone reveals VAX-7's replacement, prompting Kier 4 to abruptly end the conversation, citing the prohibition of communication between outposts. With the persistent electricity issues, someone contacts the commander about the delayed technician, learning of a fatal attack on another outpost, causing the technician to proceed cautiously. Expressing distrust in his superiors to Doc, someone's illness persists. During a territory check, he encounters a mother and child in ruins, attempting to offer help but triggering their flight. Pursuit is halted by the perimeter's implant. Learning of another outpost attack, someone dismisses the voice in his head and confides in Doc about his unusual dreams, rare in a world where dreaming is considered madness. In the evening, someone attempts to use the radio to contact Kier 4 without success. Frustrated, he ventures into the forest at night, shooting and eating a deer raw, showcasing his deteriorating mental state. The next morning, he shoots cans for amusement and yells in frustration when Kier 4 continues to ignore him. While observing a rare flower, a toxic emissions alarm sounds, causing someone to fall sick and witness the creature in the distance before passing out. Awakening dizzy, someone sends a radio message to Kier 4 about non-such infiltration and a possible capture of VAX-7. Returning to the outpost, he sketches in the notebook, preferring its safety and only counting down the days. With 14 days remaining, an alarm rings, revealing the arrival of the delayed technician Mac. Mac describes the destruction at the attacked outpost, claiming cleaners had already handled the aftermath. Mac recalls VAX-7 as unstable. Someone shows Mac the recording of the creature, but Mac dismisses it as a system glitch. During a system check, Doc climbs onto the desk, leading to Mac callously shoving it away. Enraged, someone confronts Mac, proving Doc's survival, but Mac labels someone as crazy as VAX-7. In a fit of fury, someone points his gun at Mac, demanding access to the video recordings. Mac initially refuses, underestimating someone's resolve until someone strikes him twice. Truly frightened, Mac apologizes to Doc and successfully bypasses the archive firewall, but requires 2 personal codes, remnants from the days of 6 guards per outpost. Refusing to release Mac, someone is stabbed with a screwdriver, sparking a struggle. Despite his injuries, someone overpowers Mac, who retaliates by hitting someone's wound. Someone begins choking Mac, but stops when he sees Mac's eye turning red. As someone retrieves his gun, Mac shares his past encounter with non-such during a desert helicopter crash, describing the aliens hiding in a sandstorm and causing excruciating pain. To ensure Mac's availability if needed later, someone locks him in the bunker, tending to his wounds and providing medicine. In a deceptive report, someone claims everything is fixed, and Mac has left. Contacting Kier 4, someone obtains the archive access code, discovering VAX-7's descent into madness through old videos. Someone shares a theory with Kier 4. The non-such might be a fabrication created by the government to control and eliminate certain groups. The mother and child's refusal to be rescued supports someone's skepticism. Kier 4 dismisses someone's claims as madness, playing an old nursery rhyme to soothe VAX-7, irritating someone. Someone is overwhelmed with conspiracy theories. He is convinced that the leadership is deceiving the common people by inventing something as no one has actually seen it. The mission to send people on the ground is a ploy to restrict the consumption of dwindling natural resources, while the rich and powerful enjoy the leftovers. He requests a meeting with his neighbor, who reluctantly agrees. There are 7 days left when, upon hearing another system announcement about another attack, Someone flies into a rage and smashes the alarm with the jar into which the rat has just climbed. Upon realizing he had just killed his friend, someone ventures outside naked, lying on the grass to await the green smoke. The creature he's been seeing appears, chasing him through the woods. Using deer antlers, someone ferociously beats the creature, only to discover it's S.U.M, driven mad by insanity. Determined to unravel the truth, someone retrieves his gun and confronts Mac, accusing him of spreading fear and contributing to S.U.M's madness as part of the government's plan. Unmoved by someone's threats and desperate to reunite with his family, Mac agrees to help turn off the defense ring's power supply. Ignoring Mac's warnings about the potential dangers, someone pressures him for instructions. After learning the process, someone contacts Carrefour, expressing his intention to visit and break free from the perceived madness. Leaving a drawing of his face, someone frees Mac, who departs on his bike. Someone burns his army tag, buries Doc, and heads into the forest to deactivate the defense ring. Enduring the pain triggered by the ring, someone follows Mac's instructions to cut off the power cables, setting off alarms. Disabling his brace, someone shuts down the system, darkening all screens in his outpost. Arriving at the Graham outpost, he discovers signs of a struggle and blood but no sign of Carrefour. Suddenly, someone's ears bleed as the reality hits him. The non-such are real, and their spaceships attack because the defense rings are down. Overcome with guilt, someone escapes, narrowly evading the attacks from the alien ships. A projectile propels him through the air, but Mac comes to his rescue. However, a colossal non-such emerges, demolishing their vehicle and tragically ending Mac's life. Filled with terror, someone flees, skillfully avoiding further attacks until he reaches the bunker. In desperate need of a new code, he barely gains entry, sealing the cell just in time before the non-such arrive. As the creatures break through the walls, someone hides. The alien locates him, and as someone fires his weapon, the resolution remains suspended, left to the imagination. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for content like this.